Guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today's episode is all about how do you know if you're ready to take your medical coding exam. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue. I'm a medical coder. Okay guys, so I am talking today about one of the 4 main medical coding certifications. There's the CCDS, that is the gold standard of medical coding credentials, because it says that you have mastered inpatient and outpatient coding. These are 2 different things. The CCA, which is a Certified Coding Associate, this is the entry-level certification. It's still a fantastic credential. It has the most domains, unique domains, of any medical coding certification. I'm just saying. And it is still widely respected and widely regarded by those that know. Okay. There's the CCSP, the Certified Coding Specialist Physician-based, and that is the mastery of the outpatient setting. And these are all with the American Health Information Management Association. The American Academy of Professional Coders has the CPC, the Certified Professional Coder, and this says that you know outpatient coding. If you are brand new to the industry, you have no experience in medical coding at all, you will carry an apprentice status for the first 2 years. Of course, there's ways to accelerate the removal of this apprentice status, but you have to go through an approved program with AAPC, and you have to complete practice code, so there's a lot of other requirements that go into it, but you still have no experience, okay? So there's really not a rush. You don't need to rush, because yes, employers do hire CPCAs. I'm a professional resume writer. I write resumes for CPCAs all the time, and not a guarantee, obviously, but my success rate is very good, considering that these are new people without experience. I'm just saying. So, that aside, I want to say this. I got the question, and I don't know what I did with the message. I don't know where it is, because I have many different social medias, and I don't know, may have gotten deleted. But one of the questions was from a viewer. She was asking how do you know if you're ready to take the certification exam, because she had been asking all of her friends they had taken the CCS exam, and they were all saying to study different things, and she wanted to know what part of the guidelines does she need to study? What part is really important? Okay, first of all, I only know about the AHIMA exams because I'm a member of AHIMA, right? And I'm double certified with AHIMA. I have the CCSP and the CCS. Now, I only know about them. I don't know about AAPC, but I will say for the AHIMA exams, no 2 people have the same exam ever, because it's a pool. I always say it's a pool of a million questions. I don't know if it's actually a million questions, but AHIMA has their test administered through Pearson VUE as a third-party testing center, and every test is randomized to different individuals, okay? So no one will have the same exact exam. So even though you may run around asking this person, that person, what their experience was like, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have that same experience. It doesn't mean you're gonna be tested on those very same questions. So it's almost just a waste of time to ask other people what they thought or what you have to do. But the part that bothered me was she was saying, well, what part of the guidelines do I need to work on? All of it. All the guidelines, ICD-10, CM guidelines, it needs to be read in full every single time, okay? Now, how do you know if you are ready to take a certification exam? So you're never going to be fully ready. Everybody's always going to come up with some kind of excuse of, oh, I just need 5 more days, or 10 more days, or 15 more days, and I'll be done. And then it's just like a little bit more time, maybe another month or so, I'll take my test. And then by the time you know it, months go by, and it's your 6 months or a year out from your completing your program, and you still haven't taken your test. Well, I say this, guys. There's a few ways to set yourself up for success, obviously. But if you're going through a decently paced program, meaning your program is 9 months, 12 months, or 18 months, please listen carefully so that I don't have to keep repeating myself on this one. If your program is 9 months, 12 months, or 18 months, this is a good amount of time to go through a program. It is a lot of information, right, to learn medical billing and coding, but it is a decent amount of time. Now, if your program is 6 months or less, you may want to, when you've completed your program, study additional 3 months just to make it the 9 months, just so that you can have that additional time. Now, this time does include like your medical terminology and your anatomy. I know that AAPC does that separately, and when you do the whole thing, the whole bundle with the coding and everything comes out to roughly 8 months. And some people will say, oh, is that enough time? Guys, you can study for another month before you take the test, okay? This is just, it's not hard and fast, but what I'm saying, I'm warning those people that are in those 6-month or less programs that are just trying to speed because they're trying to teach you how to pass the test, but they're not teaching you to critically think, and you're still lost. You're still lost in the sauce. Well, guess what? When you get out into the real world, you are going to have to be tested again on your knowledge and your skill. Everybody's tested. Even veteran coders are tested. I seen one on LinkedIn. She's a veteran, and I've already unfollowed her and blocked her because I didn't want to hear her complaining. She was like, I don't know why I have to talk about my skill and get tested again. I've been in the industry for 16 years. Well, good for you. Do you want a cookie? It doesn't mean that you know everything. And it doesn't mean that your skills is what that employer is going to need, okay? Because not everybody moves around when they're coders, right? And some people just get very proficient in just one thing. And it doesn't mean just because you have years of experience that you are competent, all right? That's why they have to test you. And this is an intellectual field. You got to get used to it, okay? So with that said, if you went through a decently paced program and you say, okay, well, you know, how do I know if I'm ready? Okay, if you are doing good in school, okay, and you are practicing and you're studying 20 hours per week, I don't want to hear any complaints about, oh, that's just too much time. I work a 40-hour-a-week job and I got a family and kids and animals and pets and all kinds of things. Everybody who wants to do this will make the time to do it, even with a full family and kids and dogs and animals and all these other things. I have had many people write to me and say that they never let any of that stop them, that they carved out those times, and you can with the syllabus. I have posted the syllabus before, not syllabus, but the study schedule before about the hours so that you can tailor it to whatever you want to. And basically it's a breakdown of like some times that you can study, and then, you know, all that time added up is 20 hours per week. It's 3.5 hours per day for 5 days, and then you have 2.5 hours on the weekend, and that's plenty of time to study. And as long as you've been consistently doing that, that's your first check. That's how you, okay, I've prepared myself enough, okay? If you are consistently practicing with your workbooks, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get those practice tests. You know, a lot of people obsess about, oh, I want the practice book and I got the CCDS exam practice prep book and things like that, and I've been working through that and memorizing those, and then they find out in their test that none of those questions were on the exam. I know, because I'm the one who gets the emails, not a HEMA. I'm the one who gets them, okay? Don't send me emails like that, guys, because that's just common sense, guys. Why would they have a test prep book out there that has the questions that are going to be on the test? Then there would be no way to gauge people's knowledge. So let's think about that. And I personally, though I'm with the HEMA, I personally do not like the CCS prep book, the CCSP prep book, or the CCA prep book from a HEMA, specifically because I don't like the way that it's set up, okay? Me personally, I don't like it. I think that you can still get a lot of really good out of the practice workbooks. Now, the two practice workbooks that I recommend are the ICD-10-CM and ICD-10-PCS coding handbook with the answers. Even if you aren't sitting for an inpatient side, the ICD-10-PCS, you can still use it to practice your ICD-10 side, okay? It is still a fantastic book. It's got all of the answers, unlike other books that only have half of the answers. You know, if you know, you know, right? But if you get that ICD-10-CM and ICD-10-PCS coding handbook with the answers by Nellie Leon Chisen, and that link is in the description box below. No, I will not answer your question if you ask me what is the author again, because it's in the description box below. That is a fantastic book. It's very well written, very straightforward, and if you practice that, oh, trust me, you will be totally ready, right? At least on the coding part, because the coding part is the bulk of most of these exams, all right? Of all of these exams, the coding portion is the bulk of this test, okay? The CPC study guide, even if you are taking an AHEMA exam, the CPC study guide has fantastically written and answers, okay, to scenarios. Now, I like the way that the AAPC set up their CPC study guide. Now, people say, well, no, I'm taking the CCS. I can't use that book. Yes, you can, because we all use the same CPT manual, which is what that book is based on, okay? You can find that book anywhere. Somebody said, oh, well, I'm having trouble finding the 2024 CPC study guide. I don't know why, when you can Google it and a bunch of vendors will pop up that have that book. Okay, so that's just an excuse. And to me, it's no, I'm not answering that. No, you can Google. And, you know, if you don't like that I tell you to Google, well, there's other channels that you can go to. So the other thing is that you have to know, if you are consistently studying, if you're going through a good paced program, right? Now is not the time to get it in your head. What if I fail? What if I fail? I don't know why people put these things out into the universe that what if they fail? What if you pass? And if you're working like you're supposed to, and if you're doing the practices consistently, you will do better than you give yourself credit for, okay? So that's the first thing that you have to think of. But once you start getting it into your head, oh, I have test anxiety, oh, I have this, I have that, that's when all of that stuff is going to come in and self-sabotage yourself. That's not where you need to be. That's not for you. You need to focus on what is it that you are trying to do here. What is your why? Why do you want to be a medical coder? Because I'm tired of working at a minimum wage job. I'm tired of not having any money. I need to do something with myself because I'm retired and I need to exercise my brain, and this seems like a really good deal for me. I'm just out of high school and I don't know what I want to do with my life yet, Blue, but I want to do something that's going to support me and let me live in my own place. Well, there you go, guys. Think about that and focus on that instead of all the things that can go wrong. All of the, oh, no, you can't do it, from your friends that don't know any better, from your neighbor who says that they know somebody who knows somebody who didn't do really well, and oh, they don't pay. Again, somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about, they can have several seats, okay? That's not you, all right? If you put it into your brain that, okay, I've been through this program, and I've been consistently studying for 30 days, you know, after my program is finished, I'm going to schedule that test and I'm going to take that test. That's when you know that you're ready. And that you're going to go in, because no matter what, this is not foreign material to you. This is stuff that you already know and understand. If you don't have that, you are not ready. If you are saying, oh, I still don't understand E&M, and I still don't understand this, and I still don't understand that, then you need to really seriously sit down and make a list of all the things that you don't know. So that way you can start having a plan, and you can set a date for the date that you do want to take that test, and let it be realistic, okay? Do not say, well, I don't understand all of these things, and then you're trying to take the test in 2 weeks. That's stupid. You may as well just throw your money out the window, because again, it's stupid to set yourself up like that. Oh no, Blue, I need to work. You can work anywhere, okay? This is not the only job that you can get. You can do other things while you're looking for work, because you're going to be looking for work for a little bit, okay? In case no one told you, you're going to be looking for work for a little bit. So again, if you are not practicing like you're supposed to and doing all of these things, but you're setting yourself an unrealistic, 2 weeks to take my test, and I'm just going to gamble and see what happens, again, throw your money away. Just throw your money away, because you're not preparing yourself properly. And then people like that want to sit there and cry all over the internet because they said they went through a fast-paced coding program, and then they want to hurry up and find a job, but they just failed their test, and they're not trying to get better. Not trying to get better. Let's just be honest. Be honest. Now, again, if you're studying, you're not going to go to this, because you're going to walk in there a lot more confident than that person who's just trying to, oh, let's just see if I can pass. Oh, a pass is a pass is a pass. Okay, a pass is a pass is a pass. I agree. However, when you're going out there and you're getting that assessment test and you can't pass that assessment test, guess who's not getting a job? You. Why? Because you're refusing to do the hard work. You're refusing to study, right? Well, Blue, I know I have been doing the hard work. I have been studying. Okay. So if you are doing the hard work, as you say, okay, you're doing the hard work and you've been studying and you still don't understand, okay, your first stop is to find a mentor. A mentor is somebody that can help you for free. There's somebody that's been in the industry, will give you their time and talk you through it. You can go on LinkedIn. You can sign up for a free LinkedIn account. LinkedIn is free anyway, guys. But if you want all those other added features, you can pay for the thing. I don't. I have LinkedIn just because of the show and because people harangued me to have it. So I have it now. But when you get on there, you can ask, is anybody a mentor? Okay, if you can't afford a tutor, then you can get a mentor. But however, if you can afford a tutor, there's many different options out there. I'm a tutor myself. My link and contact information is in the description box below. I currently do not have any appointments until after April the 1st, 2024, though, just so you guys know. I get complaints now, oh, that's just too far away, guys. I can't help that my calendar is booked. It's booked. So with that said, if you want to get on my calendar, then reach out then if you're still interested, okay? But everybody has different rates, and different knowledge bases and the different things that they do. Their teaching styles are going to be different. So find somebody who can connect with you, who can help you to learn something that you're just not understanding, okay? That would be my biggest bit of advice, and that would be how you'd know. But if you're asking questions like, what part of the guidelines do I need to know or memorize, you're not ready, because again, that tells me on the outside that you're trying to take shortcuts. What do I absolutely have to know? If you're doing like you're supposed to, if you are reading the coding guidelines, if you are practicing in these workbooks, if you are reviewing the frequently asked questions on CMS, there's a lot of them about like HIPAA and things like that, which are fantastic learning things as well. That's going to cover like your the other domains that may be on your exam. I want to sneeze so bad. That's going to cover the other domains that are on the tests. So you need to look at the domains that are on your test, and both of the associations have the domains up on their websites. You can look at the test that you're taking, and it'll say, okay, these are all the subjects that are covered on this exam, and those are your domains, just so in case you didn't know what domains means. Those are the subjects that are covered on that exam. If you're taking an AHEMA exam, it'll give you the percentage of how much of the exam is covered. AAPC, I believe, breaks down how many questions there are per subject, okay? And if it's not that many questions, then you obviously still need to know it. But if that's one of the ones that you're kind of struggling on, then really take that into consideration, that you are not needing to really focus. Where are you needing to focus, okay? And look at the percentage of those questions that are going to be on that test. And if it's not a lot, you still need to learn it, but you need to concentrate on the areas that you know that you are lacking in, okay? If you are trying to cram a lot of your studies in at the last minute, guys, this does not work. Y'all should know better than that. It doesn't work when you are trying to sit here and cram and do all of these things. Why? Because all it's going to do is stress your body, and it's going to make you even more nervous walking into that test. And then you'll be like, oh, well, as you see, I knew I failed because I knew I wasn't. When you can just relax and do the 20 hours per week, 3.5 hours a day for 5 days, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at lunchtime, 30 minutes in the afternoon, another 1 hour session, and then another 1 hour session, because you do not need to be cramming for hours straight at a time, because that's going to give you a headache. And I will tell you, if you tell me that, oh, I got a headache from all this study because I studied for 8 hours, I will tell you that you earned that headache because it's not going to stick. Your brain is only going to accept what it will take in when it is relaxed. That is the best way for you to get these things, learned and things like that. But if you are practicing, if you are reviewing the flashcards, if you're making yourself flashcards, I always recommend flashcards. Don't argue with me about that either, because I always get those comments from people afterward. Well, I got upset at flashcards, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When you write flashcards, it connects your brain and your body into a task. You are more likely to retain that information as adults because it's, again, you're connecting your brain and your body, and then you're able to do what you need to do in order to pass your test, because you will be able to recall it a lot better. A lot of these tests are modeled after recall. Okay, how much can you recall? And that's something that you have to know. Keep in mind that for all of these 4 tests, because you only need to take one, they all allow you to use your coding manuals. So you will have your manuals in there with you. It's not like it's not an open book test. They are all open book tests. The CCDS, CCSP, the CCA, and the CPC, they're all open book tests, okay? So that should give you some comfort, all right? But again, if you're asking simple questions like that, of what parts do I need to study for, you are not ready. You are not ready, and you need to rethink your studying strategy. That's what you need to rethink, because again, it's going to test you on you don't know what, but you do know the domains, you do know the subjects, and that's where you should be like, okay, I'm going to be ready. And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it will be there, okay? But it's all up to you, all right? But if you start, getting yourself involved in all these Facebook medical coding groups, I have one for the channel only because, again, y'all harangued me for it. Now I have like 488 members on there in Medical Coding with Blue on Facebook, and that's fine. But I do keep a tight rein on those comments, which is probably why the number's a little low like it is. Only because I don't want my Facebook page to be a place where people are going to sit there and complain, because complaining, it does you no good, right? I do not allow for spammers in my group either. It is I keep a tight rein on it, because I don't want to be a part of that chorus of groups out there that are just going to be, oh, it's a place where we complain. No, it's going to be where if you have a test, if you have a test strategy or whatever, not a test strategy, but a study strategy that you're doing that's working for you, then if you want to share it, by all means, you go right ahead, and so that's just something that we talk about on there. Sometimes when we are, some of the posts, it's going to be about the study schedule, right? And the amount of hours and how you can break it down. I have that there. I'm looking at it right now. So, but I think it's a good group. So anyway, but that's my message for today. If you're still sitting around asking these questions, am I ready? Am I ready? You're not ready. It's the person that is consistently studying, that is going through their coding manuals, that is looking at the domains and seeing what they're strongest in, and then concentrating on, filling in any gaps as far as like, okay, well, I don't understand about reimbursement, so let me go to the CMS website and let me look at all of those questions, or let me just Google what I don't understand. If it's HIPAA that I don't understand, I'm going to Google that. If it's DRGs that I don't understand, I can just Google it. And if you tell me, because I had somebody say, well, if you're like me and I get all overwhelmed with all of the information from Google, okay, then you may want to rethink, okay, because this career, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to overwhelm you. There's no reason to get so overwhelmed. Google is a wonderful research tool, and I would say to go to the public library, but people would turn their nose up at that too. The reason that I recommend to go to Google and to look there, because it's going to tell you everything that you need to know. And all you need to do is click on one link, and then you can start reading, and that's how you can start building your knowledge base. But no one needs to spoon feed you exact links when it's all there on Google. And a lot of these things change all the time too. And I see that even with my my independent study syllabus. People still, even though I say on the independent study syllabus that these books are older, but if you want to use newer books, you can. It's the same title, and just put the most current yearbook, and then you can look that up yourself. And I still get the question, well, you haven't updated it. Can you update it? Why can't you look that up, you know, the most current thing like I've instructed on there? Okay, that's to help you. I try to update it every year, I really do, but because I have 1,200 videos, there's so many of them. And again, it's just like I said, that's why I always leave that little thing on there, that if you want to find the most current book that you can, all right? But that's all I got to say on that one. But be realistic about the expectations you set for yourself. It's ideal that after you've completed your 9-month, 12-month, or 18-month program, that you're taking your test within 3 months, okay? Because that's 90 days for you additionally to be studying. If you're ready sooner than that, by all means, you go right ahead and you sit for your exam, because some people are going to be learning faster than others. Some people will retain things faster than others. It really all depends on you. But do not compare yourselves to other people. And that's where a lot of stuff comes in, and that's going to give you that block too, because you're sitting here trying to compare yourself to others, which you shouldn't do, right? I'm just saying. So, but that said, best of luck to you out there. Stop asking each other what was on the test, what was on the test, because that's, again, that's not right. And you need to review the domains. You need to see what you're strongest in and what you're not strong. And that's where you need to focus your attention on your studies. I'm just saying. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.